been a while since I've done a challenge video, so today I'm going to be doing the 1 marker challenge. I did the 3 marker challenge a few months ago where Ryan picked out 3 markers for me, but today I'm going to be picking out 1 marker randomly for myself. I'm then going to be making an illustration based around on the colour I pick out. So I'm going to go and choose one. So I've got all my Copic markers here. I've got my pinks and purples, my reds, orange and yellows, my blues and greens, and then this kind of skin colours. And then the greys, blacks. So I'm going to be taking these 2 markers out, the black and the colourless marker. The reason for that is because, you know, this one is obviously colourless, so there's no point in using it, and I'll use it to help me blend. And this one's black, and I'm going to be using black for the outline from illustration anyway, so I don't see the point in using that anyway. And I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to empty all of these out into this bowl here and pick one randomly. I can't believe I'm doing this as they're so well organised at the moment. This will be fun sorting that later. So what I'm hoping for is, I'm hoping for a light colour, pastel colour, but I don't want it to be too light because then it'll be harder to get, you know, a darker colour. But I also don't want it to be too dark because then they're harder to get like different tones and it will just look a bit dark, and I want something nice and bright and happy. So I'm just going to mix these up a bit and then I'm going to pick one. So I'm going to close my eyes and randomly pick one of these. Oh, please be a good one. Okay, please be a good one. Get one from the middle. Okay. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I can work with that. It's BV00. It is a kind of one of the paler colours because it is a 00, but it's not too dark, and I'm actually quite happy with this because I know that this colour does layer quite well. Yeah, I could have picked a worse one. I'm actually quite happy with this. So I'm going to start testing my marker out just to see the colour. You could also use the pen like this. You can get the ink from the marker and put it on the colourless blender, and then you can also get a lighter colour as well there, and that's just really good for blending and getting lighter shades. So if you're wondering, the marker paper I'm using is Render No Show Through paper. I really love this paper, and I'm never ever going to try any other kind of marker paper ever, because I honestly think this is the best you can probably get. And as you can see, you know, you can't, as the name suggests, you can't see through the ink through on the other side. So it's a really good marker paper. So what I'm planning on doing is drawing a portrait and then surrounding it in with purple flowers. And try and, like, you know, make sure the tones are slightly different by building up the colour and using the blending pen. So I'm going to get started with my sketch. So I've finished doing the sketch and now I'm ready to do the outline. I'm going to be using a Copic fine liner to do this. When I was drawing this girl, I was really thinking about where I could put the colour. So I obviously didn't want to block out her entire face to be purple, so I wanted to make sure there was a bit of a contrast between the white and the colour. So I wanted her hair to be purple and then to add bits of purple into her skin and kind of blend it in to make it look like shadow, and then to add the purple to her eyes and to the flowers around her. I really heavily applied the blending to the skin just because I really wanted to have a good fade between the white and the purple, because I just didn't want it to look like it wasn't a shadow. I wanted it to be a defined, definite shadow. I didn't want it to be very blocky. I wanted it to be very soft and delicate. The colour I'm using is a very soft colour, so I kind of wanted to reflect that in the illustration.
I did put quite a bit on her lips, to be fair, but I also did apply it quite softly and I blended it heavily so it didn't stand out too much on her face. And I think the contrast there and it making her look like she's wearing a light lipstick is quite nice, and it just adds a bit more interest to the face, which, you know, otherwise is completely white. I did have to go over some of the shadow areas in her hair quite a few times to, you know, just make it really stand out and show that it is a bit darker there. But that wasn't too hard to do with this colour, and I'm definitely glad that I got this colour because it could have been so much harder to make it darker. One of the things I was scared about was getting a dark green or a dark blue that I don't feel like I would have been able to do as much with. And this is just such a nice, pretty colour to be drawing with. So here's my final illustration.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button so you'll be the first to be notified for when I next upload. And hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave a comment below telling me what kind of challenge videos you'd like me to try next. Thanks for watching, bye!